2026 to 27 Mitsubishi Pajero. This is a vehicle that has built its reputation over decades as a tough, dependable, gunny-wear SUV, and for the 2026 and 2027 model years. Mitsubishi aims to blend that legendary durability with modern design, upgraded technology, and improved comfort. Whether you remember the Pajero from its rally-winning days, or you're considering it as a capable family SUV with real off-road ability, this detailed review will help you understand exactly what the new Pajero brings to the table, starting with the exterior. The 2026 to 27 Mitsubishi Pajero looks more modern and aggressive while still staying true to its rugged roots. The front end features Mitsubishi's latest design language, with a bold grille, strong horizontal elements, and sharp LED headlights that give the SUV a confident and muscular face. The daytime running lights are positioned to enhance visibility while adding a premium touch. And the overall front design feels tough without being overly flashy. This is an SUV that looks ready for adventure, but still feels appropriate for city streets. From the side, the Pajero maintains its classic boxy proportions, which not only look purposeful, but also help with interior space and off-road visibility. Strong wheel arches, high ground clearance, and large alloy wheels give it a planted stance. Depending on the trim level, wheel sizes range from practical, off-road focused designs to more stylish options for buyers who prioritize road presence. Roof rails, side steps, and protective body cladding emphasize that this SUV is built to handle rough terrain and long journeys. At the rear, the design remains clean and functional. LED taillights provide a modern look, while the tailgate design is wide and practical for loading cargo. The overall exterior design of the 2026 to 27 Pajero strikes a balance between old-school toughness and modern refinement, making it appealing to both longtime fans and new buyers. Stepping inside the cabin, the biggest change for the 2026 to 27 Mitsubishi Pajero is the focus on comfort, technology, and everyday usability. The interior feels more refined than previous generations, with improved materials, better fit and finish, and a layout that's designed to be both driver-focused and family-friendly. Soft touch, surfaces, durable trim pieces, and tasteful metallic accents create an environment that feels solid and well-built rather than overly luxurious. The dashboard features a modern infotainment system with a large touchscreen display that supports smartphone, connectivity, navigation, and voice controls. The system is designed to be simple and responsive, which is important for drivers who might be using it in challenging environments. Physical buttons and knobs are still present for key functions, a smart move that makes the Pajero more practical during off-road driving. The seating position is high and commanding, giving the driver excellent visibility of the road and surrounding terrain. Front seats are wide and supportive, designed for long drives as well as rough trails. Higher trims offer leather upholstery, power-adjustable seats, heating, and improved cushioning. The second row provides generous legroom and headroom, making it comfortable for adults on longer journeys. Many markets will also offer a third-row seating option, turning the Pajero into a practical 7-seater SUV. Interior storage is another strong point. There are plenty of cup holders, door pockets, and center console storage areas for everyday items. Cargo space is generous, especially with the third row folded down, making the Pajero suitable for road trips, camping gear, or family luggage. The cabin overall feels designed for real-world use rather than just showroom appeal. Now let's talk about performance, which is where the Mitsubishi Pajero has always stood out. For the 2026 to 27 model years, the Pajero is expected to offer a range of engines depending on the market. These include efficient, turbocharged petrol engines and robust diesel options that focus on torque and long-distance reliability. The diesel engine, in particular, remains a favorite for buyers who value fuel efficiency, towing capability, and off-road performance. Power delivery is smooth and controlled, with enough torque to handle steep climbs, rough terrain, and heavy loads. The Pajero's advanced four-wheel drive system allows drivers to switch between different driving modes depending on road conditions. Whether you're cruising on the highway, navigating muddy trails, or tackling rocky terrain, the Pajero feels confident and capable. On the road, the 2026 to 27 Pajero offers a surprisingly comfortable ride for a body and frame. The suspension is tuned to absorb bumps and uneven surfaces while still providing stability at higher speeds. Steering is light enough for city driving, but firm enough to give confidence on highways and off-road tracks. Road noise and vibration have been reduced compared to older generations, making the Pajero more enjoyable for everyday use. Off-road capability remains a core strength. High ground clearance, strong approach and departure angles, and underbody protection allow the Pajero to go places where many modern SUVs simply can't. Features like hill descent control,
2026 Mercedes Maybach S680 SUV, a vehicle that promises to rewrite the definition of luxury SUVs. Maybach has always stood for opulence, and this latest S680 SUV delivers on that legacy with an ambitious blend of performance, comfort, and ultra-modern innovation. The moment you lay eyes on it, you'll notice how Mercedes Maybach has reimagined design language for the S680 SUV. The exterior features a bold yet elegant grille, chrome-accented Maybach signature elements, and sleek adaptive LED headlamps with a distinctive lighting signature. The body shape balances muscular presence with aerodynamic refinement, and subtle flared wheel arches hint at the SUV's powerful capability. It rides on massive premium alloy wheels, adding both presence and stability, while chrome details and refined lines give it a regal posture on the road. Underneath the bonnet, this Maybach SUV offers a powerhouse performance. The 2026 S680 comes equipped with a refined twin-turbo V12 engine, delivering immense power and seamless torque, ideal for effortless acceleration and sustained high-speed comfort. The powertrain is engineered for smoothness rather than raw aggression, because this SUV is about elegant dominance, not brute force. As you glide through the streets or cruise on the highway, the refined hum of the V12 engine paired with driving the S680 SUV is more than a commute. It's an experience. An adaptive air suspension system with active dampening reads the road in real time and adjusts ride height and stiffness for a whisper-quiet, smooth ride. Even on uneven urban roads or highways, passengers barely notice the motion. It feels almost like gliding on air. Steering remains composed and responsive, offering the precision expected from Mercedes while preserving the signature Maybach poise. Inside, the cabin is nothing short of a first-class lounge on wheels. Plush leather seating, wood and polished metal trim, and ambient lighting set the tone for sophistication. The driver cockpit includes a curved Ultra HD OLED display panel combining instrument cluster and infotainment. In the rear, passengers enjoy executive-class comfort, reclining heated and cooled seats with massage functions, memory settings, and fold-out footrests. Rear entertainment screens, wireless charging pads, and individual climate zones enhance the sense that this SUV is a personal sanctuary. Maybach pushes tech further with advanced digital features. There's voice-activated intelligent assistant capable of managing navigation, entertainment, and cabin settings. The S680 SUV supports seamless smartphone integration, wireless charging, digital key access, and over-the-air updates, ensuring the car evolves even after you drive it off the lot. Privacy remains a priority, with optional rear window electrochromic tinting, soundproofing, and a built-in safety and convenience are equally high-end. The S680 SUV comes with Mercedes' latest driver assist package, featuring adaptive cruise control, lane keeping assist, 360-degree cameras, night vision, and predictive collision detection. Optional chauffeur mode lets the rear seats control navigation and entertainment.
The 2026 Honda CR-V still the safest, smartest choice for families, or is it starting to feel outpaced by new arrivals? Today, we take a deep, honest look at whether this SUV still deserves its reputation as the ultimate everyday companion. If you are new here, this is where we break down the latest cars in a way that actually helps you decide what is worth your money. No hype, no exaggeration, just real insights. And today, we are diving deep into the 2026 Honda CR-V. At the front, the 2026 CR-V continues with a clean and confident design language, and in our opinion, this is exactly where it gets things right. It does not try too hard to look futuristic, and honestly, that restraint works in its favor. The grille is wide and well proportioned, giving the SUV a solid road presence without coming across as overly aggressive or intimidating. The headlights are slim and slightly angular, stretching outward to visually widen the stance. Up close, they look sharp, but not in a way that feels excessive. We think Honda made a very deliberate choice here. Instead of following the trend of overly complex or dramatic front ends, the CR-V feels more mature and thoughtfully designed. What stands out to us is how approachable the design feels. This is not a car trying to dominate the road visually, but rather one that fits naturally into daily life. From a long-term perspective, this kind of design usually ages better. It may not turn heads instantly, but it avoids looking outdated too quickly. And for a family SUV, that quiet confidence is often more valuable than bold styling. Moving to the rear, the CR-V keeps things simple, but importantly, it stays recognizable. The vertical taillights are still here, extending upward along the rear pillars, and at this point, they feel like a defining characteristic of the CR-V itself. Even at night or from a distance, you can instantly tell what it is. The tailgate design is clean and uncluttered, with a horizontal emphasis that visually widens the vehicle. It gives the rear a stable and planted look, which we think complements the overall character of the car. The lower bumper adds a slight rugged touch, but it doesn't overdo it. It suggests capability without trying to convince you this is a serious off-road SUV. What we really appreciate here is the restraint. Many competitors tend to add fake vents, sharp creases, or overly busy elements to make the rear look more exciting, but in reality, that can feel forced. The CR-V avoids that trap.
...2026 Toyota Grand Highlander, a three-row SUV designed to sit above the standard Highlander. It promises more space, better usability, and smarter hybrid options. But beyond the specs, we want to understand how it actually fits into real life, and whether it truly stands out in a crowded segment. From the front, the Grand Highlander carries a confident and clean presence. We immediately notice how Toyota avoids going overly aggressive. The grille is large but not exaggerated, with a layered design that feels structured rather than flashy. Slim LED headlights stretch outward, giving the SUV a wider and more planted look on the road. But here's what makes it interesting. In a market where many SUVs compete for attention with bold and sometimes excessive styling, Toyota takes a step back. Instead of chasing trends, the design feels calm, almost calculated.
philosophy. The taillights are sleek and horizontally aligned, visually widening the back end. There's no unnecessary clutter here. The tailgate is clean, with subtle sculpting that adds depth without overwhelming the design. At first glance, it may seem simple, but the more we look at it, the more we start to notice how intentional everything feels. It's not a design trying to impress instantly. Instead, it grows on you, especially when you consider how it complements the vehicle's overall size and purpose. I think this approach works well, especially for a larger SUV. It gives the vehicle a sense of stability and refinement. The rear design may not be dramatic, but it feels cohesive, and more importantly, it aligns with the practical nature of the vehicle. And that raises an interesting point. Could simplicity actually be the new premium in this segment? Step inside, and this is where the Grand Highlander clearly separates itself from the standard Highlander. The focus here is space, and we can feel it immediately. The third row is genuinely usable for adults, not just children, which is still rare in this segment. The seating layout feels thoughtfully arranged, with generous legroom in the second and third rows. Materials are solid, with soft touch surfaces in key areas, although we wouldn't call it luxury. Instead, it leans toward durability and everyday usability. From our perspective, this interior is designed for real families, not just showroom impressions. It prioritizes comfort during long drives, and that makes a noticeable difference. Technology in the Grand Highlander is modern but not overwhelming. The central touchscreen is large and responsive, running Toyota's latest infotainment system. It supports wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, which has become essential rather than optional. We also get a fully digital instrument cluster in higher trims, along with multiple USB ports across all three rows. This is something we always look for in a family SUV, because real usability matters more than flashy features. Toyota Safety Sense comes standard, including adaptive cruise control, lane keeping assist, and automatic emergency braking. While these features are common today, Toyota's strength lies in consistency and reliability. Our take is simple. The technology here doesn't try to impress with gimmicks. Instead, it focuses on making daily driving easier and safer, which is exactly what most buyers actually need. Under the hood, the Grand Highlander offers multiple powertrain options, and this is where things get interesting. The standard turbocharged engine provides solid performance for everyday driving, but the real highlight is the Hybrid Max system. This hybrid setup delivers strong power while maintaining impressive efficiency. It feels more responsive than traditional hybrids, especially during acceleration. We don't get that sluggish feeling often associated with fuel-saving setups. Driving dynamics are tuned for comfort rather than sportiness, which makes sense. The ride is smooth and road noise is well controlled. On highways, the Grand Highlander feels stable and composed, which is exactly what you want for long-distance travel. In our opinion, this is one of the strongest aspects of the vehicle. It offers flexibility. Whether you prioritize fuel economy or performance, there's an option that fits. Pricing for the 2026 Grand Highlander is expected to start in the mid-$40,000 range, with higher trims and hybrid variants pushing into the mid to high $50,000 range. When we look at this pricing, it positions the Grand Highlander as a premium alternative within the mainstream segment. It's not the cheapest option, but it offers more space and versatility than many competitors. The key question here is value, and from what we see, the combination of interior space, hybrid efficiency, and overall practicality makes a strong case for the price. A natural competitor for the Grand Highlander is the Honda Pilot. Both are three-row SUVs aimed at families, but they take slightly different approaches. The Honda Pilot leans more toward rugged.
Welcome. When talking about the 2026 Lexus LX 800, one thought immediately comes to mind. This is not just an SUV, it is a fortress that makes its weight and status felt on the road. Now let's take a detailed look at the exterior, interior, engine, and performance, and expected pricing. Exterior. The exterior of the 2026 Lexus LX 800 feels deliberately heavier and more imposing, fully living up to its name. At the front, the large spindle-style grille and sharp LED light signature make the vehicle instantly recognizable as a Lexus, even from a distance. The higher, flatter hood line gives the driver a commanding, looking over the road feeling, which is psychologically important in a premium SUV. From the side, wide wheel arches, a strong shoulder line, and large wheels, typically expected in the 20 to 22-inch range, complete its massive stance. Interior inside, the LX 800 preserves the traditional Lexus sense of calm while moving clearly toward a more technological form of luxury. A large central display and separated control zones are expected on the dashboard, so the driver does not get lost in menus while driving. Material quality is a key weapon in this class, and soft leather, real metal accents, and excellent sound insulation should make their presence felt within seconds. The wide, plush seats, designed for long-distance comfort, have always been a strength of the LX line, and the LX 800 is expected to take this even further. In the rear, comfort is not just about space, but also generous legroom, proper back support, and ambient lighting that creates a premium atmosphere. Engine and performance. The most reasonable expectation for the 2026 Lexus LX 800 is that it will sit above the LX 600 in terms of power, offering greater reserves of horsepower and torque. In this segment, a strengthened twin-turbo petrol setup or a high-torque premium hybrid approach makes the most sense, as both comfort and vehicle weight must be managed smoothly. Performance here is not about raw 0 to 100 times, but about effortless highway acceleration, confident overtaking, and staying composed even when fully loaded. A full-time all-wheel drive system and advanced off-road electronics are core to the LX identity, and in the LX 800, these systems are expected to operate more intelligently and seamlessly. Adaptive suspension solutions are critical to prevent excessive body movement, balancing softness and control in such a heavy luxury SUV. Price. The moment the LX 800 name is mentioned, it becomes clear that this model will sit at the very top of the Lexus SUV lineup, with no intention of being affordable. Until official numbers are announced, the most realistic approach is to think in terms of a premium full-size SUV price range with a high base figure. In vehicles like this, the biggest price differences come from equipment levels rather than the core model itself. For the LX 800, luxury packages, safety technologies, premium audio systems, rear seat comfort features, and off-road packages will significantly influence the final price.